Lorraine Nolan, Health Products Regulatory Authority. Big data, how important is it going to be for your organisation?
Okay, when you look at an area like personalised medicines, we are at a point where the normal classical clinical trial design, where we're looking at larger populations of patients, just isn't going to work for us. So we have to come up with approaches to supplement the information that's coming from clinical trials. And I really believe this is where big data will have a role to play into the future. But it is important in terms of the data that we use through this mechanism that it is suitable and it's of high quality and it's able to inform the regulatory process. I think enabling to use it at a regulatory level will be contingent on those factors.
What does Europe need to do to make sure that that data is usable by organisations like yours?
I think there's a responsibility on the sides of regulators, but those that have the responsibilities for setting up, establishing and maintaining regulators to engage. One of the initiatives that the EMA is bringing forward in relation to its cross-committees, patient registries working group, is to look at developing a common framework for the development of registries within the EU, and this will certainly help. But I think for those that are involved in designing and setting up registers, it's also important to be future focused and to look at the value of this information into the future and engage with regulators to ask, how should we do this? What kinds of information will you need to access from this, and how can we make it work for your needs?
Personalised medicine is on the cutting edge of innovation. How do regulators stay abreast with what is happening in this very innovative field?
Innovation is one of the single biggest challenges and the biggest opportunities that are facing regulators. But we need to keep abreast of it and keep pace with it. One of the key mechanisms we do this is horizon scanning. And what horizon scanning tells us is what the future technologies and products that we are likely to have to regulate for. That allows us to prepare. It allows us to identify gaps within our regulatory framework where these new products do not fit, the policies we might need to change, the guidances that we may need to adopt, and really the need to embrace what are called regulatory science-based approaches. But equally for regulators, it is about expertise and a preparation to have sufficient expertise to be able to regulate the products into the future. We get this information from horizon scanning. So we don't horizon scan, we don't stay ahead of the curve, and we will become outdated by innovation and progress. We need to embrace that, we need to work with it and to maintain our relevance into the future.